Good morning, operators. Stand by. Stand by. Coffee's hot, frequency's alive. 145.430. You're listening to the morning hum. This is the Coffee Break Net. Steam rising but the sunrise glow. Signals bouncing nice and low. Foothill light and silicon sky. Morning check-ins rolling by. Call sign ready, mic in hand. Voices drifting through the band. RF dancing in the air. Someone's mobile somewhere out there. Heat up, drop your sign. One at a time. You're sounding fine. Sip so don't rush the day. Net control will lead the way. Coffee on the console. Radio's awake. Morning on the machine. Give and take. Voices in the speaker, smooth and clean. So light riding on the beam. Checking out, don't hesitate. This is how we caffeinate. From the hills to the bay. W6EK Echo starts the day. Check here. AllStarLink been feeling strong. Echolink brings friends along. Mobile bass or handheld tight. Everyone's sounding right. Morning traffic rolling through. Signal reports 5x2. Laughing in between the keys. Coffee cup and beat my R's. Mic drop, carry a tone. You're never really alone. One more round, take your place. Good vibes on the interface. Coffee on the console. Radio's awake. Morning on the machine. Get and take. Voices and the speaker, smooth and clean. Sunlight riding on the beam. Check it out. Don't hesitate. This is how we caffeinate. Morning voices, RF stream. Coffee break, live on the machine. Good morning, operators. Stand by. Coffee's hot. Frequency's alive. Good morning, operators. Stand by. Good morning. Voices. Stand by. Stand by. Good morning, operators. Stand by. Stand by. Good morning, operators. Stand by. Stand by.
In the early morning light, we gaze across the desolate and arid plains. We observe the graceful gazelle grazing in the deep grasses, sleepy sloths silhouetted in the limbs of the umbrella-borne acacia tree, and the resting lion pride awaiting their mid-morning snack as the oblivious expedition party of tourists arrive. We interrupt the National Geographic program with a special airing of the Coffee Break Net, originating on the W6EK Repeater, located in Auburn, California. The Coffee Break Net, where the sun is always shining, the birds are singing, and the fish are jumping. This net is sponsored by the Sierra Foothills Amateur Radio Club in Northern California. We are here every day of the week, from 7:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Please welcome your net control host and conversation facilitator, Brian AI6US. Dressed in his pith helmet, khaki shorts, and coffee mug, Brian is checking in from beautiful Meadow Vista, California. Let's get the Coffee Break Net underway, because it's a great way to start our day. Good morning, fellow explorers.
Good morning, fellow explorers. I'm Brian, AI6US, and yes, it is a beautiful, high overcast Meadow Vista, California. Thanks for joining us this morning on the net. It is Monday, March 2nd, 2026, and let's check out what the national days are before we start our check-ins. Today is International Rescue Cat Day. So just a reminder that a lot of the cats out there that need homes are not the cute little six-week-olds. They are sometimes adult cats who need a home as well. So Rescue a Cat Day. Today is World Tennis Day. Do you play tennis? I used to play tennis a lot. Haven't picked up a racket in a number of years now. Today is Read Across America Day. Community members around the nation come together to read books and celebrate the joy of reading. And today is National Banana Cream Pie Day. Delicious and much more. I enjoy them a lot more if I get to eat them rather than get one in the face. National Banana Cream Pie Day. And today is Egg McMuffin Day. Guess who's sponsoring that one? Yeah, the Egg McMuffin, invented in 1972. And I think the last time I ate one, I think it actually was cooked in 1972 and warmed up in a steamer for me a couple years ago. Well, with that said, good morning. Let's go ahead and take a round of quick in and outs. This morning I'm going to start a little differently. I'm going to start with any station in the greater Northern California region who would like to check in, either via RF or via internet. If you're in the greater Northern California region, let's see who is out there, get you in the log first, and then we'll open it up to all internet check-ins. Good morning. Coffee Break Net. Let's take some quick in and outs and from Northern Cal.
And
Kilo November 6, Whiskey, Quebec Uniform KN6, WQ, morning, Brian.
All right, heard Dan, KN6WQU. Then we had carrier only, and we have N6CKV. Carl, who did I miss in Northern Cal?
good morning, Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Mike Romeo, over.
All right, now let's open it up for quick in and outs. Anyone coming in through the internet, anyone, anywhere.
KC8 Fox Queen Victor, KC8 FQV, Mark, Ohio.
This is Kilo Echo 9 Alpha Whiskey Yankee /6 Kilo Echo 9 Alpha Whiskey Yankee /6 Long Beach, Southern California.
All right, we have Rachel, KE9AWI/6, and Mark, KC8FQV. All right, did I miss anyone out there this morning? All right, up to the top. Good morning, Carl, N6CKV.
Good morning, Brian. No kerfuffles today. That was a good check-in list. Not much going on. Hello, everyone else out there. Not much going on today. Gotta go to the post office, but that's about it. It's a nice day, so everyone enjoy it. Back to you, Brian.
All right, a good low-pressure day today. Yeah, today will be just early business day for me, and then this afternoon I'm going to be meeting with everyone for a dinner at Old Town Pizza in Auburn. So, of course, everybody is invited to that. That is our VE and Elmer dinner. And then after that, we're going to be doing our exam session this evening at 7 p.m. So, Carl, if you get a bug to come up and have pizza, you know where to find us.
Okay, Brian, that's a little bit of a ways from where I am currently. So good luck with the VE session. Hopefully we have a lot of people taking and passing the test. And 6CKV, I'm going to say 73. Everyone have a good Monday, and Heidel in.
Yeah, I think at this time we have 6 or 7 signed up right now. Got an email from a father who said his young son was ready to take his exam tonight, so we may have a very young person going for their exam. So that should be exciting to facilitate. Well, Carl, I know we're a ways from you, but Old Town Pizza, it's pretty darn good. It's almost worth the drive. Good morning to Ruth. Good morning to you, and have a wonderful Monday. N6CKV, AI6US, 73, Carl. Good morning, Dan, KN6WQU. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Good morning, Coffee Break Net, and Brian there. Work early this morning today from the transporter guy. He wants to install a new winch and some spotlights in his new trailer. I guess he took a big trip, and the trailer he was towing just fell apart on him. He said, "That's it. I'm done." He parked at his buddy's house and went and bought a brand new one off the lot. So now I have to spruce it all up. So yay. Although I don't really have a lot of time to do that today. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, I might be get a little bit of things in, but not all of it. So we'll see. Definitely got to get back to a few hundred people that's been texting me. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. It's so hard to do the clerical work and take care of the physical work at the same. It's just really, really hard to do that. Sometimes things have to go to the wayside. I'm just too busy. Anyway, same old at the house. Still having issues and problems. I haven't had a chance to do my job yet, which was I was going to do. Going to tone out the wires and stuff, make sure I got all the heads connected to the right numbers and all the other fun stuff. We're running one head right now, and it seems to be running okay as far as the HVAC system is concerned. I'm talking about. So I don't know. Hopefully we'll get it figured out here soon when I get some time. But right now I'm working up from sun up to sundown pretty much. Is what it feels like. Just trying to catch some time up. Let me let it drop, and I got one more thing. So I was working for this guy. He's a car flipper. He has his own business and stuff, and so I might be having to take him to court because he took some money from me that I didn't know that. Well, I mean, basically I did something for his family member, and his family member sent him the money to send to me, and that had never happened. So with all these excuses and promises and all this other stuff, and then plus we had some incidents in the past, so it really sucks, trying to be out here, trying to get to work and try to be on time and get ahead and, try to save some money for the rainy days, and you get things like this happen. So anyway, I guess that's life. This is KN6WQ.
Yeah, unfortunately, that reinforced stereotype of a car flipper, used car salesman. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. And yes, I wish that I was working on an enclosed trailer for myself. Sounds like a fun project, but darn it, it's for somebody else. Hey, Dan, happy Monday to you, and we'll catch up with you soon. And, the one thing I like about you, my friend, is, sometimes life throws a curveball at you, but your positive attitude is commendable, and everything that you do for our radio community and just the community in general. So you're a good man, Dan, and that counts for something in this life. KN6WQU, AI6US. Have a wonderful Monday.
Thanks, Brian. I appreciate that. And I just, sometimes you can't just let the little things set you down. You got to stand up and keep moving, because you want to sit there and cry about it all day long. Nothing really happens, right? So you just got to stand up and keep moving forward. This is KN6WQ 730.
And sometimes when standing up and just doing the right thing doesn't work out, you go to small claims court. Absolutely. Well, good morning, Dan. Hey, good morning, Robert. KO6KMR. What do you have for the net this morning?
Well, good morning. Absolutely nothing this morning. There again, it's going to be a pretty uneventful day, but nothing wrong with that. Just wanted to check in, drink a cup of conversation, and get a good start to my day before.
Sometimes our schedule calendar just needs to be empty to keep a little bit of sanity in our lives. Well, I'm sure you're going to find something to do. Seems like the days that I've been planned, they still get filled up with something. KO6KMR, and I noticed in yesterday's notes from the log, are you looking at the FTDX10 as a possible purchase?
Yeah, looking at that one, and also looking at the ICOM 7300 MX2. I'm just kind of looking at them right now. No idea. I'll probably wait on the meet up in Loomis before I really make a total decision. But I am looking at those. The Yaesu. I really like what I'm reading about the Yaesu, other than, the possibility if you did hook it up to a external screen that it could blow a fuse. But other than that, it seems like a real solid radio. Over.
Now, I have the FTDX10, and the problem happens when people use an incorrect cable. So if you use the correct cable, you won't have any problems. But there are some cables out there that you probably should follow the forums if you go that route and buy a cable from a known source. But quite a few people are now picking up that 7300 Mark II, and I'm hearing good things about them. I'd love to see a shootout side by side with the FTDX10. So I have really nothing to add to that, but I think both would be fine choices. Well, Robert, happy Monday to you, and this is fun. This is the fun part of shopping, and then hopefully 6 months after you purchase it, you still feel you made the right choice. Have a wonderful day, Robert.
Thanks, sir. And if I do get the Yaesu, I may get in contact with you just to verify cables and things of that sort. Over.
Absolutely. That's what Elmers are for. Happy to do that with you. Well, clearing with KO6KMR, Robert in Northern California, and you have a wonderful day. Let's check in now with Mark, KC8 FQV. Good morning, Mark.
Well, good morning, KCFQV. Yep, came out of the doctor. Well, they did the nose swab to see if there was COVID, but yeah, I went in just to see why we were taking a couple of those things, so pills and that. So he told me what they are and that. But the cold was when I went in today. Everything's okay, I guess. So yeah, I picked it up I think Friday over Saturday and. Anything else? Well, it is now 23 degrees out over here in Ohio. The sun's out, so we'll, our club does. They have a class now. What do I do after I get my license? The Silver Creek group is doing a class. So look on their website, w8wky.org, and they have a class. What do I do now? So they did the first class Saturday. I think there was 7 people there. I heard. So they just are helping people. What do I do now after I take the test? Which is a very good thing because what do you exactly do? What you gotta get? What do you need? So they are doing that. So. I figure I'll mention it. And you guys are talking about testing, and that is what do I do after I get the test done? So we'll send it back to net control, KC8LQV.
Yeah, what we do in conjunction with our testing is we typically will have between 6 to 10 Elmers at the meeting, and we have brochures, business cards. We meet with the people before they take their exam, and then after the exam, hang around for about an hour, talk with them one-on-one. The Elmers are one-on-one with each one of the folks that have taken the exam, and yeah, that is why we are there. What now? I got my license, I got my upgrade. Now what? And so yeah, our Elmers are not only at the meeting, but then we make ourselves available after the meeting. We find the one-on-one is a very effective way to make a connection with the new folks as they come in. Very good, Mark. Enjoy your sunny and cold morning back in Ohio, and thanks for checking in this morning.
All right, yep, I'll send it back your way. I don't got nothing else. Yeah, went into the doctor. I was wondering what these pills I was taking. I take aspirin. That is for the and to prevent strokes and that. And then the other 2 are one is cholesterol, one is for the blood pressure. So he told me what they were and that. So. And then he did a COVID swab to see if there was anything else I had with this cold and that. So I'll say 73 and send it back to net, KCFQV.
Well, with that in-depth discussion about your physician, I'm glad you didn't go see the proctologist. Always good to know what pills you're taking, that is for sure, Mark. Have a wonderful day. Clearance KC8FQB, and let's find out what brought Rachel back to California. A9AWY/6. Should be a /0 right now.
Well, no, /9. Well, I've been back for maybe a week or 2. I'm dating a guy in Wisconsin. His name is Peter. And we're having some ex-trauma issues. So we're trying to finalize paperwork. Messy divorces are never fun for them. And I am just hanging tight, helping emotionally as much as I can, and doing what I can. So Been in a funk for a couple weeks, but trying to get back to Rachel, to K9 AWY and her shenanigans. But yeah, that's why I'm back. They're just trying to separate out property in the house, and the ex is dragging her feet, and, you know, hey. But we'll get this done. The divorce has already been done. It's just messy separation and emotions from one party. So, oh well. That's the way life is, I guess.
Well, yeah, sounds like the timing wasn't right yet. I'm sorry to hear that you packed everything up and started heading back there for a new life start in that relationship, and it just the timing wasn't right. Sorry to hear that, and it's kind of tough. I've been through a divorce myself. Don't ever plan on going through another. That is for sure. Well, Rachel, welcome back to California, and hopefully we can get some more sunshine your way and hear you back to your good old self again. So you do sound like you have a good positive chipper voice this morning. So let's carry that on through the day, through the week, and I wish you well.
Thank you so much. Planning on about 2 months. They're just separating a house, and he's moving out, and we're just dealing with logistics. But we'll see a couple months at most. But yeah, divorces can be hard, and selling old houses can be harder. Well, as for me, I swollen sinus overdid my rinse, and sore leg I overdid my exercise. So, recovery day. Listening to a lot of Pete Seeger, went through the whole discography of Tom Paxton, going through the discography of Pete Seeger, and just been hanging tight and dealing with the emotions. My ex is going through a major lumbar lectomy today, so we believe in praying. Pray for Greg. Hopefully his back will be good. His friend talked about an IDAC coil, so I don't know what will be better for Greg. But yeah, I follow my ex a little bit, but we're still friends. Not as messy, but just a dating relationship at this point. But yeah, as to anything else, I think that's it. So just thought I would say, hey, Coffee Break Net, and so back to net control, back to Brian, AI6US.
Yeah, was starting to wonder what happened after you announced that you were going to be leaving Chicagoland, and didn't hear from you again for a while. So I was hoping for the best for you. So that's still to come. That is for sure. Well, good morning, Rachel. Good to you. And enjoy. I didn't even look at what the weather is going to be down in Southern Cal, but hopefully you have some good weather, sunshine on your way. Sunshine does wonderful things for the psyche there, absolutely. KE9 AWY AI6US. Happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday to you. Weather is nice. Supposed to be up to 72, 59. So right now. So yeah, happy Monday to you, and 73 and 73 for the rest of the net. Have a nice day and have fun today. It's a Monday.
Good to hear you again. Clearing with Rachel, KE9AWY /6, back in Cali for a bit. Good morning, Coffee Break Net. Let's go ahead and take another round of quick in and outs as we get our Monday underway. Who's out there this morning? N2 DYI.
H in and out. Rick in beautiful downtown suburban North Highlands.
KB6LUV. Good morning.
Whiskey 1, Sierra Lima Charlie.
Kilo Ocean 6, Mike, India. Good morning.
KJ5HHT.
Okay, good morning, Chavez, KJ5HHT, and good morning to Jeff, KO6MMI. And boy, there's a call. I'm trying to pull out the name for W6EK. I think I know who it is, but I'm not going to make a fool of myself. We'll be back to you in a moment. KB6LUV, good morning to Brett, and let's see, CDQ. I know that's you, Rick, but you doubled in there with your prefix. What's your prefix, Rick? Help me out.
Kilo Delta 6 Charlie Delta Quebec. Gave you the whole package.
There we go. That's what I was looking for there, Rick. KD6CDQ. Got you down. And let's see. Before that was Peter, QZH. And once again, I got a partial call. QZH. I'm gonna have to cheat. KD6. Same prefix. Got you there, Peter, for in and out. And good morning to into DYI, Patrick. All right. Did I miss anyone? All right, we'll go with this group. Boy, I'm thinking that W1SLC is Stewart, but I'll find out in a moment, won't I? Good morning, Patrick. These are a round of quick in and outs. Happy Monday to you into DYI.
Happy Monday, Brian, and everyone on the net. It's a pretty good weather day, week. This next coming couple of weeks are pretty nice. It's a little kind of gloomy and not great today, but starting from pretty much the middle of the week, we're going to be in the mid to upper 70s for highs for at least the next 10 days. And there's still some snow in the Grand in New York.
Boy, that just makes you probably pretty glad that you are down where you are right now in North Carolina. Though I am wondering, how are the people up in New York dealing with the network? We won't call it a failure. We'll call it the lack of intervention against the cable company.
Well, I got a text on Thursday morning. I have a network-wide ad blocker that they've been enjoying for years, which doesn't work anymore because it doesn't have internet connectivity and there's no way for me to fix it from here. And they're like, hey, the ad blocker doesn't work anymore. Can you fix it? Well, no. You destroyed my network. I can't access anything anymore. Sorry. Have fun.
Enjoy the ads. Imagine being adless for many years. That would come as quite the shock. Well, good morning to you, and what is up for the All Nodes Net this evening?
I really don't know. Tom's running it tonight, and there have been a couple of small developments that may or may not get mentions, but maybe more of the same, maybe not. I guess we'll find out tonight. I'll probably find out as the same as anybody else does.
Well, very good. Well, we'll look forward to Tom being the net host this evening for the All Nodes Net, and appreciate everything that you contribute into that net. It is a wonderful resource. Anything else this morning, Patrick?
I guess the only other thing this morning is my brother and his wife are in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and things are not going that well. So we're looking at maybe taking an emergency trip down there, or up there.
If nothing else, is to get away from all the cuckoo clocks.
Oh no, we would probably be adding more.
8 a.m.
Okay. Well, maybe a road trip ahead. How long a drive is that from your area in North Carolina?
It's about, I think it's about a 13-hour drive.
Well, take a couple radios along and let us know if 5.2 is still active in the Midwest.
Yeah, if this does happen, if I have enough warning, I'll have to pick up a mag mount. I don't have a good mag mount antenna anymore. Throw it on top of the Jeep and see what 5.2 is up to. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got. I got no real details on when or if that will be happening, but it's a far more likely possibility than it was a week or so ago, so not for good reasons, unfortunately, but take what you can get, I guess. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Everyone have a great week. 7-3 into DYI.
Sounds like Mom and Dad might have a full house coming up here for a bit. Hope all works out well for that, Patrick. Happy Monday. Into DYI, AI6US. Let's check in with Peter, KD6QZH. Good morning, Peter. Oh no, did work interfere with Peter's hobby? KD6QZH. Peter, are you still there? That's what happens when we depend on for living and buying new amateur radio gear. We'll wish Peter a wonderful week ahead. Good morning, Rick. KD6CDQ. Happy Monday.
Oh, good morning, Brian and Annette. Hope you had a nice weekend. Seems the world had a lot of rock and rolling and shaking and everything else that goes along with it.
Yeah, the news definitely isn't looking good on the war front unless you're manufacturing missiles.
Man, if I was building that kind of stuff, I'd be rich. I used to build rockets, but they were just models, and they just used a single-use solid fuel engine and sent them up. In most cases, they did come back down, put them away, save them for the next time. And incidentally, this is KD6CDQ, Rick in beautiful downtown suburban North Islands. I kind of forgot to give my call sign.
And we all know who you are, Rick. Absolutely. Well, yeah, it's kind of interesting. We usually don't dig too deep into politics or anything here. I'll just mention that I think for the first time I heard that the U.S. used a single-use drone. So kind of the war over between Ukraine and Russia certainly has kind of changed the face of warfare, and it sounds like we are now into single-use drones, which I found very interesting.
Yeah, too bad we don't have the engineering possibility and the chutzpah to have single-use soldiers so we don't keep running out of them. After all, I was around during Vietnam, and the draft sure made a lot of people run. I didn't. I just said, why run? They're going to get you. Just enlist and get the branch you want. But, yeah, all kinds of innovations out there. And I'm kind of like Trump. I don't like seeing people die. He doesn't either. But it's just a matter right now, this is one of those things that's got to be done. Because the man we got rid of, the worst specimen on earth, and God help him, I hope he enjoys his time in eternity. It won't be any place very cold. Anyways, that's my look on the subject. And I think I'll get off of it because there are enough people around here who probably feel pretty bored, pretty upset, got a whole thing ahead of them. I mean, after all, tax day's right around the corner. Oh, I hate it. But everybody have a great day. This is KD6CDQ. I'll shut my mouth and go 73.
You went a little deeper onto the politics than we usually care to go here on the Coffee Break Net. Just kind of reminder to everybody, let's probably go easy on that because people come to the Coffee Break Net probably to get away from the barrage of what is fed to us on a daily basis. So, yeah, I know I appreciate what you have to say there, Rick, but we'll keep it a little bit lighter, and I don't want this to encourage a conversation going down that path this morning, so I appreciate that all. Well, Rick, good Monday to you, and thank you for the reminder of tax day coming up. Yeah, I'm not going to stand on a soapbox and talk about that one, but have a wonderful day, KD6CDQ AI6US. Take care.
Let me apologize. I really didn't mean to get into politics because I know that's verboten. So I apologize deeply for that, and I will not do it again. KD6CDQ.
Oh, that was not a slap on the wrist. You would have bruising if it was. No, it's just kind of a reminder. I wouldn't say it's verboten, but it certainly is sensitive, and it brings up passions that might be uncontrollable amongst some. You have a great day, Rick, and thanks for checking in. KD6CDQ AI6US. Good morning, Brett, KB6LUV. It was wonderful to see you, your wife Dee Dee, and Mom Bonnie at the fox hunt this last Saturday, and I think you have an important announcement about being a winner.
KB6LUV. Yeah, shall I shout it out again? Hi.
Well, Brett and his family were teamed up with KG9M, Frank, and they went out and they took first place of finding the fox, and I understand it was hidden in a dog park in Auburn, not in the mine field, outside of the mine field at the dog park, and I understand you could be heard for miles around when you found it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the case, but hard to contain the excitement at times, right? So, all good. Yeah, we had a great time. And yes, I am sitting here with my mom, Bonnie, and the wife, Dee Dee. Bittersweet day. This will be the last day for moms to be checking in, sitting here next to me, at least for a while, until we can reconvene together. But she'll, of course, be on Broadcastify. But say good morning, Mom.
Good morning, Brian. I'm going to use up Brett's minute and a half. I was just delighted to be there yesterday, and it was wonderful meeting you because you've always been so kind to me and keeping track of Brett when he didn't say good morning to me. It was just wonderful. It was a love, and I was just so pleased to meet you, and thank you all for including me in the network.
We certainly enjoyed having you along, and you get your own 2 minutes of time. Brett has his, we'll give you yours. But what did you think? This was the first time you've ever done a fox hunt. I don't know what expectations you had coming into it, but it was a somewhat challenging fox hunt because it was hidden down kind of in a ravine, and the signal could only be heard from certain directions. It was quite challenging. But what did you think? What was your expectation? And would you do it again?
Well, absolutely, I would do it again. It was great fun, and Frank was a wonderful guide, and answered questions that I had that I will not have any need for knowing again. But if I'm ever out here again and you all have another fox hunt, yes, I would love to go on it. It was really great fun, and just tickled when Brett stood up on that hill and shouted for the whole world to hear, "I found it!" So that was exciting to see him that excited. Yes, if I get out here again, I hope you have another fox hunt. I will be delighted to go again.
Well, I'm sure I'm speaking for everyone who met you while you were out visiting. It was wonderful to have you along and join us for some of our fun activities. activities, and just wonderful to chat with you when we can. And unfortunately, you're back to Broadcastify, but now we have a face and a lovely personality to put with the voice. So it's certainly been a pleasure, and we look forward to your next trip out west here. And so with that, safe travels.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Brett's got me on an early flight tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, so this is definitely my last time on air with you all for a while. So, but thank you so much. It's been just lovely being here with you all.
And with that, thank you very much again, Coffee Break Net, for having us. And again, Frank, thank you very much for hosting. Oh, I'm also going to say a quick happy belated birthday to Mark W6BJN, our weather folk person. I hope he had a great day yesterday. And with that, again, thank you all. Have yourselves a fabulous day in Coffee Break Net land. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. KB6LUV, Be of Love, 73. Clear and listening.
All right, KB6LUV, Brett and family, everyone have a wonderful day ahead, and thanks for checking in this morning. And let's see, let's check in now with Stuart. W6EK. It had been so long since we've talked, I had to really search the gray matter for that one. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Brian. This is W6EK. I'm broadcasting from Echolink here in the bunker at work. Just wanted to check in, tell everybody that I'm okay. I do miss the net. Hope you're well, Brian, and I'll let you guys go. W6EK.
Oh, I'm glad you made time for us this morning, and welcome back anytime. I'd like to catch up and see what you've been up to in life. But good morning. Back to work you go. Thanks for checking in. W6EK AI6US Coffee Break. And good morning, Jeff, KO6MMI.
Good morning, Brian. Good morning to all of you out there in Coffee Break Land. This is Jeff in sunny East Roseville. I don't know how you daywalkers handle this sun, but us nightwalkers who survive at night, we are not ready for it. Too much sun, it's too early. But all joking aside, I just wanted to get on and say hello. Wish you all a great day. I was curious to know, I overheard earlier on the first round, I think KO6KMR was talking about getting a Yaesu. I am also looking into buying or seeking out my first radio. I was curious to know what model he was looking after.
Yeah, Robert, KO6KMR was considering the Fox Tango Delta X-Ray 10, FDDX10 model, and of course that one just has a little bit more front-end filtering, and it's kind of a hybrid design. And the other Yaesu that he didn't mention, but a lot of people consider and purchase, is the FT7. So, yeah, both fine radios, but I'm hearing a lot of good things about that 7300 Mark II, the new ICOM 7300 Mark II model.
Yeah, I will say the 7300 Mark II is definitely eye candy and definitely looks intuitive. I like the CW new things that they've added in. Specifically, I got my license and will be probably looking to operate in CW as my main mode. So I don't think I need all that much radio. Also, gosh, if I could afford that, yikes. I'm looking more at around the $400 mark to get started in doing some CW. So looking at some FT450Ds, the old Yaesu models.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I think chat with some people if you're going to be going to the Ham Fest, and just kind of, you know, we're going to be having a social tent area where you can kind of sit down and maybe talk to some good CW operators to find out, you know, which radio is going to provide good filtering for CW, because there are some legacy radios that do wonderful filtering. So, yeah, and I think there's a lot of options, especially when it comes down to legacy radio radios with good filter packs installed by CW operators, some selection of tighter filters. So very good. I think if you're looking for a more legacy radio, I think Hamfest, get there early. The moment the trunk pops open at 6 a.m., deals start happening.
That is definitely the plan for the end of my month. I do appreciate the guidance on getting there early. I will probably be there 15, 20 minutes early. I just got to raise some money, be ready to go. Anyway, wish you all the best. Let me on the net. You all have a wonderful day. Happy Monday. I hope it's the beginning of a wonderful, wonderful week for you all. I wish you all 73, clear. Hope it's KO6, Mike, India, clear and monitoring.
All right, Jeff, I'll just mention that we are going to have Elmer tours there. So if you reach out to KC6SLE Graydon and just let him know you would like to have an early morning Elmer tour, I'm sure that he could line you up somebody, especially let him know that you're interested in a good CW radio, legacy CW radio, and he could probably connect you up with somebody who has quite a bit of experience with that, and maybe could guide you to a good deal of a radio that's at the Hamfest. So, yeah, just a thought there. Jeff, happy Monday to you. KO6MMI AI6US 73. KJ5 HHT Trucker Larry. Good morning.
Good morning, Brian, and everybody on the net. I hope everybody's having a good start to your day and a pleasant rest of the day. I just want to say congratulations to Brett on the fox hunt win, and make sure you pack Mom with a lot of snacks on her way back on her flight. And Jeff, that 450D that you're looking at is a excellent radio for a beginner. The CW part, I don't know. I don't do that, but that is a good radio. But if you wanted to, the second-hand market for a 7300 original, a couple $100 more, you find a good deal. And they're that's a good radio also, especially for digitals. I have ordered a D19 for my G90 that I have at home. I'm going to start doing FT8. It should be there when I get there. I'm currently probably about 20 minutes away from Columbia, South Carolina. I delivered in Kingstree. And I'm in the market also for the FT-DX10. I've heard a lot of good things about it from several people in a ham club out of Uniontown, PA that I talk to regularly. But that's about it. I'm just going to get washed out because you have to have the inside of the trailer washed out when you pick up different products, or different pellets, I should say. But that's about it. That's all I've got. Nothing else has really changed. So it's currently 55 degrees east of Columbia, South Carolina. Go ahead, Brian.
Pretty good. 10 minutes away from clean out, and then does this mean that you get to spend a little time at home, or is it going to be a turn for you?
No, this is just a clean out to pick up and deliver again. I don't go home until the 11th of next week. Only been out 3 months this time, but I think I'm gonna start telling them to scale me back a little bit. Maybe 2 months is a sweet number, because I'm starting to get a little burnt out trying to do these 3 months and more. I just want to make as much as I can while it's here. But all right, KJ5HHT 73.
Wow, 3 months on the road. Definitely, that's quite a commitment to the. But I understand. I come from a background of a contract worker, and you take work when it comes, and then you have to be really good at putting aside for when the work isn't coming in. Some people have problems with that. Other people excel in that. So wish you well, and a good on the turn there. KJ5HHT, I think that Monday is just another day for you, but happy Monday to you, and we'll look forward to another morning. KJ5HHT, AI6US, drive safe, 73.
Yeah, being out there on the road, they all run together. Unless I look at a calendar, I really can't remember what day or month it is. I'm getting the early stages of CRS. But, all right, everybody have a good day. Be safe. 73. I'm clear.
Yes, indeed. There are sometimes when you work so hard, you're unaware of the calendar, and then there's retirement. I'm looking forward to experiencing the retirement phase. Have a great day, Larry. Good morning, Coffee Break Net on the W6EK Repeater. Boy, we had a great breakfast this last Saturday in a fox hunt, and a big shout out to Marty KO6GXX, who was our fox tender. First time ever hiding the fox, and he did a great job, and a great job hosting the event as well. So, yeah, anytime if anybody's in the greater Sacramento area, please join us. We have a ton of fun last Saturday of the month. We get together. But, we're not going to do that this month because it is the Loomis Ham Fest. Coming up on March 28th, Saturday, March 28th, the Loomis Ham Fest held at the historic Loomis train station. 6 a.m. for sellers, 7 a.m. for buyers. And, of course, for buyers, it's free admission. And we are going to have wonderful, big, wonderful prizes that you can enter to win. So donuts and coffee, and it is going to be a wonderful, wonderful morning. Saturday, March 28th. Put it on your calendar, and like I said, at 6 a.m., buyers at 7 a.m. Good morning. By the way, this evening you're going to be having a VE session. So if you are looking to upgrade or maybe know somebody who wants to get their license, this evening up in Auburn, California, we're going to be holding a VE session at 7 p.m. at the Confluence Church campus. And, if you're coming up this way, please consider joining us for dinner at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. this evening up in Auburn, California, we're going to be meeting at Old Town Pizza on High Street. So Old Town Pizza at 5 p.m., and you don't need to be a VE or an Elmer to join us. We just have a fun social time at 5 p.m. First Monday of the month. We get together and give the exam, but beforehand, a great social dinner tonight at Old Town Pizza at 5 p.m. Maybe we'll see you there. Hey, good morning. Let's go ahead and take regular check-ins and quick in and out. So let me know what you want as you check in. This is the Coffee Break Net on the W6EK Repeater and connected repeaters. Let's go ahead and take check-ins and quick in and outs. If you are short on time, let me know. I'll put you at the top of the list. I'm Brian, AI6US. Let's take some check-ins.
N9MUF, and as always, put me after Mark.
W6JCZ, mobile in and out, W6JCZ.
And WB6BJ, and good morning, Brian.
And KO6GH, good morning.
Kilo Golf 9 Mike, good morning, Brian.
All right, we have our list. KG9M, good morning, Frank. And good morning to Greg, KO6TH. And good morning to Mark, WB6BJN. Good morning to Dave, K6DCL. And good morning to Jim for In and Out. You'll be at the top of the list, W6JCZ. And good morning to Daniel, N9MUF. I believe I caught everyone. Did I miss anyone in this check-in list? right, let's see what Jim is up to. W6JCZ. Good morning.
Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Coffee Break Net. I usually don't talk politics on the ham radio, but the government owes me money, both the federal government and the state government, so I'm waiting on that.
Oh, that's not politics. That is just, that's banking. That's good. Hopefully you didn't overpay up front, but you found a way to get more back. I hope that's how it is. Well, good morning, Jim. Sun is starting to break through up here in Meadow Vista. What kind of weather are you driving in down in the valley?
Yeah, I got 59 degrees and partly cloudy down here in Sacramento. What was the last minute my mom said, how much did you contribute to your IRA? And I think I put around 3,000 in. She said, you can put another 4,000 in and get more tax. So I put another 4,000 in, and that gave me an extra refund.
Very nice. Very good. Well, it's good to have a tax advisor that, put more money away and save money on your taxes. Win-win. Well, good morning, Jim. Anything new from the weekend or the week ahead?
For the weekend, I put in a new water heater in our Davis property with my dad. Turns out the people that rented that property, they didn't actually use that garage for its intended purpose. They used it as a storage unit. So they never really go into the garage, and God knows how long that old water heater has been leaking for, because that entire section of drywall had to be ripped out and replaced from how much mold there was.
Hopefully you don't have to do any remediation there. Yeah. That, there are areas of my storage that literally I haven't seen in quite some time either. I need to address that.
So we put the new unit in, and while we were there, we bought essentially a normally open relay to connect to the alarm system of the house, and we programmed that as a normally open contact where the instant alarm would close. We kind of made ourselves a little water flow sensor, hooked it to the rest of the alarm. So, if it does go off, if the water heater does leak in the future, or whenever that is, the house alarm will notify us.
A good add into that, yeah, especially if that water heater is tucked away and usually inaccessible. Well, very good. Well, sounds like, it was a plumbing project. How many trips to Home Depot did that one take?
Well, it took one to Lowe's to return a tankless model that my dad thought could be put in there, but it turns out tankless water heater has acidic exhaust and requires a separate vent, which is kind of hard to put in our house where the water heater is. None of the walls face an exterior wall, so that idea got scrapped. So it took 2 trips to Lowe's, one to buy the tankless heater, the other one to return the tankless water heater, then 3 trips to Home Depot, first one to get the water heater, second one to get an angle coupler, and a third one to get a water flow sensor. So 5 trips to various stores.
Sounds like a plumbing project to me. Well, yeah, I ran into the same thing. I was wanting to replace my water heater several years ago with the tankless, and the requirements for venting and everything are so much different than previously that we used for a gas water heater that I just didn't want to go through a permitting process to go that route. So, yeah, I ran into something very similar. Well, thanks, Jim. Welcome to Monday, and you have a wonderful week ahead.
Hey, you do the same, Brian. The same goes for everyone else on the radio today. W6JCZ, have a great week ahead. Back to you.
All right, clearing with W6JCZ. And good morning to Daniel, N9MUF. I will put you where you are because you're quite a ways up from Mark. Good morning. N9MUF, Daniel, are you there? down for in and out, and he'll be welcome to check in later. Good morning to Dave, K6DCL. Good morning.
That was a quickie. Good morning, Brian. K6DCL. Happy Monday. Gotta say that because my FTDX10 is coming in today. I have the space for it all set up. I'm ready. I am ready. And so it's going to be a good day. And I actually am working on my income tax, which is pretty much nothing. And it's fun to do. So when you're my age, it's all you do is get money back. But next year I won't get any money back because I've stopped taking money out for taxes, and I won't owe any either. So other than that, I don't. Hopefully that's you're absolutely right. Thank you for saying that about the politics. And good one. And other than that, back to you, K6DCL.
Wow. Boy, trying a new radio, so that must mean that you're either going to get ready to sell one that's going to be set aside, or you had already made room for that. I'm not sure where we are in this fulcrum balancing act of your Radio Shack. But yeah, I own the FTDX10. Honestly, I haven't used it enough in the past year and a half to really comfortable with it. But you know, the only thing I can make mention of is that little button that's wedged between the VFO knob and some other knobs. Very important button, and my finger is too big to really tap it easily. So I end up using either the front touch screen to access frequency, or I always just have a pencil with an eraser nearby, or one of those sensitive touch pads, pens to tap that button. But you know, other than that, I love the radio. They got past the 991 super deep menus, and it's a little more organized in the menus. But the thing that I really like is the way that it deals with noise and mitigation. It's just it's a great radio to run in a multi-radio environment. So if you had a field day this summer, it will be a great radio to tag along with.
That's good, Brian. Thank you for that feedback. Yeah, I've got I have plenty of tablets that use the. Lucy and I bought a whole bunch of things that you use to tap on, and that'll fit perfectly. If I need it, my hands are not terribly big, but we'll see what happens. Other than that, let's see, what other news? My son came up on Friday with my grandson, his son, and we went to lunch, had a great time. We came back. He fixed our weather station that needed batteries. He's really tall, and he doesn't need to do anything to put the screwdriver up there and change the batteries, where I would have to unbolt it and take it down. But we discovered we were going back to a small amount purchase of Duracells, so the darn thing will last longer. This one only lasted like 3 months. So anyway, and those Amazon TVs or whatever they were, I will beg forgiveness if they weren't Amazon, but I think they were. And you know, it's one of those things. You just stop it. So anyway, it's beautiful day in the neighborhood, and I just had to say that. Kind of cloudy still, and I hope it rains, and I hope it doesn't rain. Anyway, take care, and I'm rambling on, and but I'm almost 81, so I don't care. Take care. Have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow. K6DCL73.
All right, Dave. Yes, indeed. Wonderful to have tall grandsons around. No ladder necessary. And, you know, I have been using the rechargeable batteries in our smoke and carbon monoxide detectors, and been very happy with them. Got them off of Amazon, just a white label battery with a charging port on them, and they last the whole year. And love the fact that just pop them out and pop in another rechargeable. These are not like the old rechargeables of the past. They actually put out proper voltage. The 9-volt ones at least do, and the AA's that I've used as well are right at spot on 1.5 volts, and they're rechargeable. So, you know, you just feel good. You're not throwing an item away and money or product. Dave, good morning to you. Good morning to Lucy, and have a wonderful day. Let us know what you think of that FTDX10. My gut feeling is you're going to like it. Might end the buying spree for you for a while. K6DCL AI6US73.
I just have to say this does end that spree, and also the ICOM 705 is sitting here. I'm going to take one more picture and put it on QRZ, and so that's going out the door at some point. K6DCL AI6US K6DCL73. Talk to you tomorrow.
Dave, you are so predictable. Clearing room in the shack space to put a new radio in its place. Have a great day. Clearing with K6DCL. Let me see with Mark. Can we put Greg and Frank in front of you? They're usually quick check-ins. Let me know. WB6BJN, what's your call?
No, I got to be, see, I've already checked in up on my net. As long as I'm able to be there by 11:30, we should be good. Because I need to be on that net at 11:30, and I think we're good. Next week will be easy because when we change to daylight savings time, 1700 comes at 12:30 instead of 11:30. So one more week of this, and we'll be good. Go ahead there. Go ahead, Brian.
Absolutely. A yes or no would have sufficed well there, Mark. We'll be right back to you. Good morning, Greg. KO6TH. Sorry, suppressing a chuckle.
Good morning, Brian. Good morning, everyone. Greg, KO6TH. So by way of quick check-in, what was the day of the one of the international days anyway? Oh God, I forgot now. Anyway, the big deal though tonight, tomorrow morning technically, from about 2 o'clock to about 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that, full eclipse of the moon. So Earth's getting in between the sun and the moon, so the moon is going to be in Earth's shadow, turning a beet dark red. So about just before 2 o'clock in the morning is when it starts. About 10 of the first chunk of the full moon gets taken out by their shadow, and then it progresses across, and by 5 o'clock it's all gone. So looks like the weather's going to hold, and yay. Last time we're going to see this from here, at least until 2033. So get it while you can, or see it while you can. KO6TH, back to that.
Okay. full eclipse of the moon starting around 2 a.m. tonight. And, yeah, I'm just looking outside, and I'm looking at the forecast, and I certainly hope that we are clear, but it looks like from what you've seen that we'll be clear up here in the foothills.
Well, I checked last night. Let me check again here. See, I can't type and talk at the same time. See if I can do this without looking. Nope, astrospheric with a comma. Come on, keyboard. Anyway, astrospheric, ASTROSPHERIC is the site that I use. Well, darn. I'm sorry. It looks like the weather has changed. That's not nice. Yeah, maybe not. Well, so if you happen to be outside of our direct area here, where is it thinking I'm located? Maybe that's the problem. Anyway, that's the problem. Hang on, let me get back to you just a second. K6TH. What night is that? Tonight into tomorrow morning. Auburn, California. There we go. Let's try that again. Yes, for tonight for us. Okay, so out here in California. I thought it was in Boston or something. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, for us, it looks like we've got a clear night tonight. And let's see. Yes, 3 in the morning or something. Anyway, so so the clouds will hold until about 9, 10 o'clock, and so we should be good tomorrow. Early tomorrow morning. We have the eclipse. So yeah, weather-wise, Brian, sorry about that. We're good. K6TH and Mark, where you are, yeah, astrospheric.com. I don't know how accessible it is, but they've got some great information there about all things night viewing. K6TH. Back to you, Brian.
All right, Greg. Well, thank you. Yeah, and I drilled in a little bit deeper, and it looks like at least the prediction on the app on my phone indicates that a very good chance of clearing at that time of the morning. So, yeah, a very good chance. So 1% to 2% cloud cover predicted. So let's hope that isn't right over your viewing area. Excellent. Full eclipse this evening, and it's going to be a couple of years before we get to see it again. Thank you, Greg. Anything else for the net today?
Nope, nothing else. Working on the boat computer. I'm having some trouble with a new install of OpenCPN. It seems to insist that the maps, some of the maps that I downloaded aren't behaving themselves. And then tomorrow's a boat day, so tomorrow is trying to figure out where the stupid leak is around one of the portholes and get it all patched up. And yeah, I've gotten a number of suggestions for Vaseline. It's apparently the magic ingredient that revives gasketing. So we'll see how that works. K6TH, back to you, Brian, 73.
Yeah, I'm going to have to second that. Anyone who owns a convertible knows about Vaseline along the gasket line before winter. Use that for years. So yes, it does work. Never tried it on the boat, but it's gasketing. Cool. And by the way, I'll just compliment you on it was last in the shack. I saw photos of the interior of your boat. I'd seen exteriors before, but quite well kept. It looks like a lovely, well cared for boat, and putting your own personal touches on it. Good luck on that. It's just a good starter, absolutely. All right, clearing with Greg, K6TH, AI6US. You have a wonderful day. 7-3.
7-3, Brian. Oh, and by the way, the International Space Station is going to make a cameo appearance at 4:47 tomorrow morning. So while you're out looking at the uneclipsing moon, take a look over by north, from north to east. The space station is going to go by. KO6GH 73.
All right. Very good. Thank you, Greg. Clearing with KO6GH, and good morning to Frank, KG9M. Not only were you a gracious Elmer in inviting the and crew along on the Fox Hunt, but you brought them into first place with you. So I hope that was a fun. I absolutely love being an Elmer on the Fox Hunts. Very well done. Congrats.
Good morning, Brian. Good morning, everyone. Kilo Golf 9 Mike, Frank. Yep, that was a lot of fun. It was great to meet Bob, to talk to Dee Dee also, Brett's wife, and again get to know Brett a little bit better. And as you've heard, I got that chuckle from him when he found it. It really truly was a eureka moment. So that's the joy, right, of seeing folks. And I know he's done some fox hunts before, but to find it and to be excited about it, that is another reward of the hobby, right?
Absolutely. Before I kind of direct the conversation that you wanted to have on the net this morning, I was just going to say it was a challenging location. It could be heard from many areas, but because it was down in a ravine, it had a lot of directionability to it because of the canyons, and I found that it had been picked up by the overhead high-tension power lines, and I was actually picking it up several miles away in line with the power lines, and I found that very, very interesting. But, yeah, it was a great event, and, anybody can be the fox tender. And for the first time out, Marty did a wonderful job hiding that and hosting the event. Great supporting materials, and we had a fun time. So thank you so much, Frank, for being a mentor Elmer for fox hunting.
Yeah, just following in your footsteps, Brian. I know that you, if I didn't raise my hand, you would have been right there to take them around as you do often so many times. And Marty did do a fantastic job on this. That was a lot of fun to participate in that one. And there's always an element of luck involved. And we were going to kind of follow a different path, but we were blocked because we didn't want to break any traffic laws, and so there was no left turn. So we took a different approach, and it just kind of led us to where we needed to be. And we got there probably a little bit quicker than we would have if we had gone the other way. So that was a lot of fun. Just a couple of other things, if I might. I'm heading down to see my daughter. She wants it's midterms for her, so she wants a little bit of a break, and so she asked for brunch with Dad, and looking forward to having that with her here in a little bit. And then, hope before I time out, one other thing is that for Hamfest, we do have a planning meeting this Thursday at 6 o'clock on the Zoom room. That's for anyone that wants to attend, particularly for the team leads, but I know there's a lot of other folks that are involved and want to attend and want to learn about the event. 6 o'clock this Thursday, Zoom room. Information is on the W6EK.org website. Hopefully I didn't time out. Back to you, Brian.
You will never time out if you're talking about Hamfest and planning. Well, excellent. Have a wonderful time with your daughter today. Lunch, and as she goes into, boy, it seems like spring break comes earlier and earlier this year, but it is March already. Crazy. Very good. One more thing. Hamfest, of course, coming up just about a little over 3-4 weeks away now. And that is at the historic Loomis train station in Loomis, California. Thank you so much for being the lead to that, but I do know that we need more volunteers. So any of the club members that are listening in right now, please do not wait to volunteer. I know we always get volunteers last minute, but it gives people heart attacks. Takes a village to put on this Hamfest. It's a big one. Takes about 50 to 60 volunteers. So please do not hesitate to sign up. And definitely, if you want to see what's going on, drop by this Thursday in the Zoom room for the planning meeting. Thank you so much for organizing, and we will continue to try getting people to sign up in advance rather than last minute for you there, Frank.
I do appreciate that, Brian. Thank you so much. I will yield the rest of my time, the balance of my time, to the gentleman from Tennessee, I believe. So AI6US, Kilo Golf 9 Mike 73, thanks for all you do.
And thank you for all you do. We're going to break our arms patting each other on the back here. No, the great prizes, that's one thing we haven't talked about. What is a ham fest without great prizes? And I know we're giving away a M1 and KE by RF Shark. We're going to be doing some batteries, some different radios. Let's see, POV cage for anybody with a 7300 or 9600 radio. There are some wonderful prizes. HRO gift certificates, a lot of stuff out there for prizes. So, yeah, one more great reason to attend besides donuts and coffee. 7-3, Frank. Have a great day. Good morning, Mark. WB6BJN. Over to you, sir. Yes, broken clouds now here in northern and Meadow Vista. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day ahead. So, as people maybe consider seeing the eclipse tonight, what are their chances across the country? Good morning, Mark. WB6BJN.
Well, I don't know. I won't see it. I can guarantee you that. I don't care how clear it is, I won't see it. And I'm not getting up at, well, I'll be up at 4 o'clock, but I still won't see it. I like solar eclipses. You know why? Because I can tell the difference between light and dark. I sat through a solar eclipse, you know, the one they had, what was that? Was that last April or the April before? I forget what April it was. The one that was on the 8th of April. And, you know, that was almost total here. It was like 97%. And I'll tell you what, it got like nighttime. It got like twilight. It was amazing. And I sat in an area where the sun was shining directly on me when it started, and it slowly went away, and it was completely gone, you know, pretty much. So my favorite are solar ones there. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely solar, and even the feeling of the warmth. You know, I must say though, even the eclipse of the lunar has an effect on me. When it comes back out, I feel that urge to howl again.
And do you get hair all over your hands and run with the moon there? Go ahead.
Oh, I wouldn't. I don't feel comfortable discussing the effect that it has on me and whether I run naked or not around town.
There you go. Well, Brian, I'm feeling real good right now. I had a great birthday yesterday, and thanks guys for thinking about me. We're okay as far as getting in and out of here. We got plenty of time, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that from Daniel and Frank. I think your last guy there who was thinking of. We're good. And I did like want to say that when we go back to daylight saving time, I can go back to the bottom of the list because 1700 doesn't change, but my time does. So that's where it gets tight in the winter. But I really appreciate you guys, and we just have a lot of fun. By the way, speaking of new radios, I am going to be the proud owner of a Kenwood GPS 590 SG. How about that there, Brian?
Well, first of all, belated birthday greetings to you. I remember last week you had mentioned that it was going to be this week, but I did not know what day it was, so happy belated birthday to you. Congratulations. I believe the 590 SG is well known for its accessibility.
Absolutely, it's a blind radio, and its accessibility is absolutely fantabulous. Is fantastic. The way I've heard people say, it's going to be a new learning curve for me, but I think I'll have enough instruction information that will be given to me, plus other people who have them, who are needing the accessibility will help me through it there, guys.
It does sound like it has quite the community supporting that. That is great. And yes, hopefully that enhances your radio experience. You know, the interesting thing was, our sunspot number took a dive for a few days, but it's rebounded back up into, I think mid-80s. And, it's SFI 141, good conditions. And I got to tell you, that is supported by actual great conditions for DX on the radio. I know a lot of people are after Bouvet Island right now. They are just setting up right now, and they have a couple of stations on the air, and the pirates are already out taking advantage of that. But I do not have Bouvet in my log, and I am hoping that the conditions are good for that. Well, good. I hope that this is a positive experience for your HF, a new radio. How long has it been since you've had a new radio?
At least 20 years, because I bought the 570 when it was new, and I have actually had two of them, and this 570, the other one went away, and then the one I have now is going to be a part of the deal of getting the 590 SG. So I'm very excited, and I will do the learning curve, not a problem. I will do it and bust or know the reason why there. Go ahead.
Well, good. I like the positive attitude that, and it sounds like you're going to have a great support group of users behind it that might help you through any question that you might have. That's awesome. Well, continue looking forward to getting you in my log on additional bands. I know we've worked several bands so far since you moved back there, and keep a wire in the tree. I guess that's what it comes down to right now. Well, we better talk about weather for a few minutes here, Mark. What is up weather-wise? I know you were talking about that things were shaping up to maybe give some pretty turbulent weather fronts back in your area. Is that going to materialize for Mississippi? Well, I guess Midwest and eastward.
Midwest, Mid-South, where I am, and it's going to take it a little while to get to the eastern seaboard, although part of the Carolinas down where Patrick is, it's going to warm up down there too. And, whenever we get real warm, what we call WA, or warm air advection, we've got to really watch what happens with severe weather, and that's where we're headed. So we look to California. Now, there's been high pressure over California, and now what's happening is we're getting into a spring-like pattern everywhere. The low that went through over the weekend and brought some showers and even, I think, a few rumbles of thunder to some parts of northern California and a little bit of rain. that one has moved away. In fact, the rest of the clouds that you're seeing this morning is a result of that. And that one is going to drop into the Great Basin and also go through the Rockies and out into the Plain States. And as it does, we've got what's going to happen is high pressure starts to build into the Pacific Northwest for California. So we get this little ridge that comes by today and tomorrow and part of Wednesday for California and brings some nice, calm, kind of nice weather. Then late Wednesday, another low pressure area out of the Pacific Northwest, which is a bit deeper. Let me take a break. That comes by, and when it does, it's a bit deeper, and it's going to take a little more easterly inside slider trajectory. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you are, it is not going to bring any rain, but it will bring some cooler temperatures. So what will happen with that low, it will also drop into the Great Basins and come through the Rockies and out into the Plain States. Okay, so, and that will cause some strong north winds for northern and central California on Thursday and Friday. So it starts this drying out process of the fuels, and you start looking toward fire season a little early for this kind of thing to be happening before spring. But it's very definitely a spring pattern for California. And by the weekend, Brian, it's going to get back up into the mid-70s in the valley. And the 6 to 10 and 8 to 14 day outlook indeed calls for above normal temperatures and below normal rainfall. So there you go. And there could be periods of north winds in the valley and warming temperatures as these inside slider pattern low pressure areas drop into the Great Basin. And I will, on my next bit of information, will tell you how that's going to affect us. There, go ahead.
Well, I look forward to continued springtime weather. Yeah, last week somebody had asked, what our snowpack was looking like, and man, did it drastically change as the warm weather moved in at the end of midweek last week. But yeah, I was reading somewhere that our snowpack is now down to under, I think it was 50%, right around 50% of normal, but the water content is way down. So things are, though we did get some snow, it wasn't the type that sticks around and feeds us through the summer. So we still need some event to help us out here. Anyway, tell us more about how this is going to affect back your way.
Okay, so good. I want to get this in before the 5-minute thing gets up. Well, it's going to happen. So I forgot to turn my weather off. So if there's a big pause somewhere, you'll understand. So all these inside slider lows take a path directly into the area back here, which as they come over the Rockies and drop into the plains and get closer to the Midwest and the Mid-South, the door is now opening up because of the Bermuda High. The Bermuda High, of course, is from Bermuda. And that is tropical moisture that comes out of the Caribbean and also opens a path of tropical moisture out of the Gulf. So it starts to tap that moisture as those lows come across. And then if there's any cold air to the north, which there usually is to a certain degree, that sets up a boundary. And so what's going to happen this week and all the way into next week, and it's going to be here for quite a while, is these series of low pressure areas that drop into the Rockies and come east and drop south. They're going to be the ones that we have to watch for severe weather. We're talking from here for today, here in Tennessee, 50 to 58. 58 degrees will be the high today. 50 for a low tonight, and we jump from 58 today to 76 tomorrow, which is huge. That's 18 degrees. And then we get into the 80s Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And so with these lows coming across and any cold air that sits to the north and tries to push in, somebody's going to get some severe weather between Texas and Oklahoma and the mid-Mississippi Valley, maybe into Ohio, into maybe some of the Great Lakes area, because temperatures are just going to skyrocket. Even in Illinois, they'll be in the 60s and 70s. And these places are getting some freezing rain and stuff this morning. So it's going to go from that to almost record-breaking high temperatures in just a few days there, Brian. Back to you, WB6BJ.
Well, let's hope that does not materialize, but it certainly sounds like it's a setup for some very turbulent, unsettled weather. So we certainly will be looking out for that and wish the best. This is the type of thing certainly advised we do not want to look for. All right, anything else we need to be aware of on the weather fronts?
Well, that worked out pretty good. We got down to the barometer. It did its thing, and it worked out good. No, not really. Other than it could go back to eventually. Not this week, but the following week, it could go back to some colder weather back here, and see, the problem is, and Brian Hall was looking at this, Brian, and there's such temperature extremes. The other day in Laredo, Texas, it was 103 degrees in Laredo, Texas. Can you believe that? And at the same time, in some part of Alaska, it was 70 below. Now, that's a long ways from each other, but the fact that there's that much temperature difference between north and south, this kind of winds up the atmosphere like a big rubber band. You stretch it, and something's got to give somewhere, and so that's what they're kind of looking at there. Go ahead.
Okay, well, keep us informed on this. And unbelievable temperature swing has happened in the last 2 weeks. From ice and snow to 70s. Laredo, unbelievable, 100 degrees for this time of year. Well, thank you for that update, and wishing you a wonderful week ahead. And we'll make it through to the time change.
Absolutely. Everybody this weekend, set your clocks forward 1 hour. Hey, it's always a pleasure to be here, Brian, and you do such a great job, and I sure like listening to everybody. Hi to Dave, by the way, over there in Jamestown. Good to hear Dave in there. Good to hear everybody. And I'm feeling good. We're doing good, and Sarah's doing good. So from all of us here, we say have a blessed day, and we'll talk to you all later. Probably tomorrow. WB6BJ.
All right. Well, good morning to you there, Mark. Good morning to Sarah. And we'll look forward to chatting with you again later on in the week. And we got you out with plenty of time to spare to get to your next appointment. WB6BJN AI6US. And let's see if N9MUS came back up for air. Daniel?
Good morning, Brian and the net. No, having a good morning here. We've got good sunshine, chilly weather. I mean, not chilly, but weather that says I really don't want to either be outside riding motorcycle or doing a POTA. If I was doing a CW POTA, the hands might be chattering at a faster rate than the CW I'd be sending.
Well, according to Mark, you better make sure that motorcycle is waxed up in a full tank of gas. You're going to have an opportunity here this week.
You know, one of the things I like about the way I winterize is that the bikes are always capable of getting out and riding on. I keep a few gallons of stabilized gas on me so I can just go out, get a quick ride, top them back off, and plug them back into life support. So it sounds like it'll be a good week. You know, Mark, I'll actually say thank you for the weather.
Those around you might argue that your gas is stabilized, but whatever.
Like when my wife says she's going to go pick up some gas, and I said, "Oh, you're swinging by Taco Bell?"
Well, good morning. Well, what are your plans for this week? And you know, I'm gonna ask you for an update on the job search. I know you've been doing some really good interviews. Where are you at right now? How are you feeling on that front?
Getting some interviews, so that's been good. You know, I'm seeing more recruiters reach out to me and more contacts, so that's goodness.
Excellent. You know, I used to get called by recruiters regularly, and not so much anymore, but when I did, I always just kind of blew them off, and I heard a good story this weekend. This young EE, she is working for HPE now, you know, what HP has become, and she got placement in HP through, you know, just kind of a cold call from a recruiter, and she almost hung up on him, and didn't, and ended up being a very sweet job at HP. So, yeah, recruiters sometimes, and, you know, I know Brett is probably growling at me right now, but sometimes, you know, the cold call recruiters get blown off, but they certainly seem to have filled their purpose for many people out there.
Oh, very much so. The job that I nearly got back in November, December was due to a cold call recruiter. I've definitely appreciated Brett's help and moral support when it comes to the job search. And, you know, I've still got a roof over my head. There's still food on the table, and I get to do amateur radio. I'm not going to complain.
Nope, and maybe you just needed this time in life to kind of get everything in order and get to pay attention to some of the, you know, it gives you that opportunity to kind of focus on family and some of the hobbies and things that a lot of people just put off until the retirement age. So, yeah, maybe, you know, you look at it as a blessing, and I know you have an incredibly positive outlook on everything, and that right job will be there soon.
Oh, I'm absolutely sure that I wrote up all the things that I'd either been able to pick back up or start over the last year, and I was just amazed by how much I'd actually done. And I wouldn't be doing CW the way that I am if I hadn't had the time off. And it's been good for me that way. We wouldn't be doing the POTUS like we are. And that opportunity, you know, I always see the little post about, you know, well, why are you working so hard and not spending any time? Well, so that I can eventually, you know, not work so hard and have more time. And the other character goes, well, if you're trying to do that later, why not try and take a break now? And maybe that's what the universe was just saying to me right now, is it's time for you to take a bit of a break.
what's interesting in my life was I took that time off to explore and to enjoy, and I really started getting serious about my future and everything when I reached about almost 40, and up until age 40, I was just kind of like enjoying life and exploring and doing anything I wanted, and working on an average up to that point of life of maybe 5-6 days a month. Then it was kind of interesting, especially moving forward from 40 when we got around the shutdown after 9/11. 9/11 just showed me it didn't matter who I knew, what I knew, or anything. I better have a job that I'm in charge of and put some money away. 9/11 was a wake-up call for me that suddenly people were not putting film and video crews on the road to do anything, and if I wasn't doing something that I could control and go out and round up jobs myself in something a little more blue-collar, or specifically what people needed to be entertained or quality of life or business. So the reverse lifestyle for me.
Well, I absolutely hear that. And since I'd been working pretty much 6 days a week, 6.5 days a week, getting a chance to get the house in order, recover the amateur radio, and some other things has just been absolutely wonderful. And on that radio front, right now I'm trying to figure out the Pat Windling client. Doesn't want to play nicely with rig control, and it's like, wait a minute, rig control D and ham lib are working fine for everything else, why not for you? So part A and part B are not talking with each other. Just trying to sort out the best way to have radiograms available to people when they come up in one of the parks. I fairly regularly get people who are curious about what I'm doing, so being able to say, hey, would you like to send a radiogram to a loved one? I figure might be a way to remind them about the interaction after the event's over, and see some of the practical ways radio can be actually active still in our day-to-day lives.
That's a really neat idea. A very neat idea. Well, I know you work on the Linux front, so I don't have much advice. I several years ago just moved over to VAR-AC, and so I use that as my modem now at this time, and very happy with that move. But I know that's something that's not supported for Linux or Mac. So no comment on that. But I do know a lot of people out there that run Linux. I think Greg comes to mind, KO6TH. You may want to reach out to him to see about his integration with the modems and such. But the serial control of the radio is a challenge for a lot of people in these modems.
KO6TH,
right now I'm trying to do it on Windows first, since my main shack computer is a Windows box. And since I don't have the POTA rig set up at the moment, so I'm trying to, I'll get it working there and then take it over and replicate it. But there's just something that's missing in the rig control configuration. So starting to go down the rabbit hole of trying to look in the groups and see if I'm just missing something. It also might be the fact that WFView has a limited implementation of rig control D, and I might need to fall back to actually running rig control D myself, rather than depending on the WFView implementation. I've already seen issues with it with other systems, so there's plan Bs and there's plan Cs. There's always ways to work around things, and unfortunately it's also the kind of thing that might be the journey and the solving is as much part of the fun as the implementation. But I think I'll carry a radiogram pad for when I'm doing a CW activation. since I'm trying to get down to a one-bag activation profile. And so leaving the computer at home and just go out with what's needed for CW activation.
Okay. Yeah, we got a reply from Greg there. KO6TH, go ahead.
Yeah, it's Greg, KO6TH. I use Pat Link very successfully here. It is on a Raspberry Pi, so Windows, maybe, I don't know. But contact me offline, and we can maybe walk it through. I've not had any real big trouble here once I got it working. KO6TH.
Thanks much. Appreciated. Yeah, the problem is just in that last bit. I've got it working for, of course, a telnet, but I just can't. It and Rig Control D are not playing happily with each other, and I know they play well. Rig Control D does play well with other programs. But as I said, WFU is a limited implementation of Rig Control D, and it might be asking for something that that limited presentation is not finding. That's tending to be my guess at the moment.
Okay, we'll look at, I haven't used WFU, but we'll take a look at that. KO6TH, Brian, back to you.
Okay, a great offer for some assistance there if you'd like it there, and appreciate that, Greg. So N9MUF, Daniel, good luck with that, and I absolutely like that idea of taking a radiogram pad with you, and it'll be interesting to see if there's if people push back on that as, I don't want to give you personal information, or if they think it's a neat idea and want to participate. So, yeah, give us an update on that. It could go both ways.
It absolutely could, but, you're not going to know until you actually try it. For right now, I have found the form that I can print out, so rather than paying $3 for the radiogram pad, another $5 or $6 for shipping, since that's all I would need at the moment, I'll just print out a bunch and keep them with me, and a few pens, and see what happens.
If you do decide, to integrate with WinLink, I know that it's quite easy to make up your own GUI-based, something on a URL, and I know we use that on a lot of our events around here, specialty interfaces to populate that, so it isn't just a, it isn't something within your WSJT to do a line by line. So very good. Well, keep us updated. A very interesting approach, and I like that. Instead of just describing them what you're doing, you're inviting them to be part of that process. So very good. I like the thinking outside the box there.
Yep, I've already seen the little radiogram form available in both WinLink and PAT. Very handy, and I've thought, well, do I want to have it on a tablet, have it on a computer, or do I want to just have a radiogram pad? So it might just depend on the level of the operation. I might check out WOAD for Android and see what it does as well. And it's also a matter of what people's comfort level are. And, of course, I've got to make sure that if I do use the radiogram pad, that I can actually read their handwriting.
Oh, yes, the good old script. I look back some of the notes my mom sent me. I have some cards here the other day. I was going through a drawer, and with my mom now passed, I was looking through some of the cards and the little notes she would slip in, and she would find the tiniest slips of paper to write beautiful, tiny longhand messages. And
No, I know exactly what you mean, and I'm one of these people whose handwriting can be a bit chicken scratchish myself. I had a prof in undergrad who for a philosophy of religion final said, I got permission. We got into the computer lab. You can take your finals on the computer. For you, Kirsten, it's not an option. You will be there. And, of course, that was if you've ever taken those time finals on a computer, you're just kind of concentrating on that and working and not thinking about that old save function. We got about 2 hours into a 2.5-hour final exam, and the power went out. And there were 9 of my fellow students and we were just sitting there staring at our screens, and all of us said afterwards, we all said, I know I said it somewhere else.
Oh, man. I can only imagine. Yes. Why didn't I hit save? How many times have we said that in life? Always hindsight, it seems. Well, Daniel, you have a wonderful day ahead. Keep us updated on the progress on that.
Absolutely will, and I'll have some form of a radiogram out with me when I do an upcoming POTA, hoping that Mark's predictions come true. So 7-3 to you and the net, Brian. Always a joy, and we do still have to try and meet up on the conversation about the tablets for testing, but I think we've got a little bit of time left on that. It's not quite as urgent, but it would still be good to kind of wrap that up. Anyway, 7-3 to y'all and 9MUF.
Yeah, and that's what I did yesterday. Always a day or two before the VE session, I take the tablets out, get them all charged up, and connect them up to the internet, which happens automatically with my travel router. And they get them all updated and get them charged up and clean the screens. That's something that I think that's very important. So I have screen cleaner, and you want to hand somebody a nice, clean-looking device that doesn't look like somebody had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before they took their exam a couple of months ago. Yeah, give a call anytime. Be happy to chat about the tablet integration with our VE testing. With that, N9MUF, happy Monday to you, and we'll chat again. AI6US Coffee Break Net. Good morning. Let's go ahead and take a round of quick in and outs. Anybody out there want a quick check-in? If you're short on time, can't hang around a rag chew, we'll keep these conversations short and get you in to say good morning. Who's out there today? I'm Brian, AI6US. This is the Coffee Break Net. KG6UI. Quick in and out.
Okay, for UGM.
K4, Lima Golf Fighter.
AK7AIR.
KJ5, Golf Whiskey November.
This is Brian, KI6, November, Kilo Charlie. Just checking in.
That's Mike, N1, YCN, and Elk Grove, checking in.
All right, this is who I heard. I need probably 1 or 2 cleanups there. Good morning, Mike. N1 YCN. Got you down. I'm not sure. Are you in and... Yeah, in and out. Sorry. There was a station. I got a partial call on you there. November Kilo Charlie. Full call and name and location.
This is Brian in Vacaville, KI6.
am, K4LGI. Good morning, Jim, K3VGM. And good morning to Larry, K06IHJ. Good morning, Ron, KA6UAI. And good morning to Frank, KJ5NLW. Did I miss anyone?
KW6U.
Good morning, Jeff, KW6U, and I do apologize. I think I got Frank's call wrong here. Kilo Golf 6. And Frank, I don't think we heard you when you checked in, so we'll see if you were very packetized and very broken up. All right, did I miss anyone?
Brian, did you catch Brian from Vacaville? All I got was KK6, something or other, and you got covered up. Back to you. This is Mike in N1YCN.
Yeah, Mike, I did get you in the log already, or get you down, so we'll be back to you in a moment. So in N1YCN, yes, you are down for a recheck or a check-in, and there was a question.
Did you get me, Brian? This is KJ5 Golf Whiskey November.
I sure did and came back to you. So yes, Will, you are on the list. All right, let's work down this list. Just remember, everyone, this is let's keep our check-ins under 2 minutes if you could, and these are quick in and outs. KG6NLW. Good morning, Frank. Let's see if your audio is any better.
All right, let's see if that works. I hear myself coming back across the other way, so I think it's good. How copy, Brian?
Yep, making it in just fine this morning, Frank. Well, good morning. Are you still on your weekend, or are you back to work?
Oh, that's a long, fun story. I woke up yesterday to get ready, and, about 1:30 yesterday, got a call from the crew caller, and they went, "You're not called for tonight. Have a nice evening." And I logged into the system, and sure enough, myself, the engineer, and one other person from another train were laid off. I'm like, oh, that's not good. So we'll see what happens. But instead of working last night, I got to sleep. So I got one extra night of sleep in. Not much else going on. I don't know if it was my end or something on the All-Star side, but there was a slight drop there for about 30, 45 seconds when you were calling back to that KI6 station in Vacaville. So just a heads up. As I said, I don't know if it was my end or All-Star, but there's a lot of dead audio there for a bit. Other than that, not much else going on. And Bonnie, if you're still listening, Brett's mom, if you don't want to listen on Broadcastify and you want to see stations pop up literally on the dashboard, check out my YouTube. It's live with the Coffee Break Net every morning, whether or not I'm at the controls. So with that, Brian, it's a sunny day here in Cloverdale, but it's a little chilly still. So we'll say 73 to you and hope you have a great week, and we'll hear you later. AI6US, KG6NLW. Good morning, Coffee Break Net.
Okay, I just want to clarify the terminology. Did you just not be assigned for the shift last evening? You said laid off, and I'm not sure if that means that you are officially off the schedule or just for last night.
Well, with the railroad, it's a little different. If there was an issue that was downloaded off the engine's computer that management didn't like, or we got caught doing something we weren't supposed to be doing, and this can go back up to 2 years ago. So, they have a 2-year window in order to ding us for stuff. It's officially in the railroad. We're laid off until the investigation or whatever is completed. So we're still employed. We're still employed by the railroad. We're just not working until something gets resolved. I haven't looked yet today, but I don't think I'm going to be on duty tonight either.
Okay, well, we certainly wish you well on that. And I imagine you replay a lot of situations in your head going, what could have led to this? But definitely wish you well on that. Good morning, Frank. Thanks for checking in. And yeah, for some reason I was watching my ASL here, my connection on my dual VFO, and I did see signal, but I was not listening to it. So I apologize if for some reason we didn't make the connection with the carrier. Good morning to you there, Frank. Have a wonderful week, and wishing you the best on this situation. And thanks for being there. KG6 in LW, AI6US.
Thank you very much, Brian. And yeah, hopefully it's a big nothing burger and I'm back to work this week. KG6NW, 73.
A big nothing burger. I like that. Many things in life I wish were big nothing burgers. KA6UAI. Good morning, Ron.
KA6UAI. Good morning. Not much going on today except work, so just kind of crawling through the large number of emails I always get over the weekend today, and always hoping for the early end of the day, but it usually doesn't happen. So we'll see how it goes. And that's about it for today. Did a little bit of radio out at the local park here in Sun City, and the only one they have over here in the Roswell Sun City, and went out and set up at a little picnic table, and with the ultra portable, the lightweight kit, made quite a few contacts, some of the North Carolina contesting and things like that. So it was working well with the ground-based whip antenna, and have other options along that are lightweight also, and working on that too. So seems to be working well, and I'll probably pack that up before too long and wait for a trip on a plane somewhere. That's what it's really for.
Well, very good. Glad to hear that you had a successful outing with that new lighter weight build setup. And, yeah, now to take it abroad and use a stroke something from a DX location. Well, good morning, Ron, and good morning to Lori. It was great seeing you this past week, and you have a wonderful week ahead. Always a pleasure to have you drop by.
Well, hopefully it'll be Stroke Kauai. That's where I would like to go and set up. Probably not for a while there, though, and we'll see what happens this year. Anyway, everyone have a great week. K6UAI73.
Stroke KH7. Sounds like a good place to be operating from. Dipole strung between two palm trees. Sign me up. Have a great day, Ron. Clearing with KA6UAI. Good morning to Larry, KO6IHJ.
Good morning, Brian, KO6IHJ. Hey, we got Tom, KB6SS in the shack here, and he just did something crazy. He put a little tiny radio on top of the big old quadramp there, and we made a contact over in Belgium.
Well, very good. This time of day, I would guess probably 20 or 15 meters. So what band were you on and what mode?
10 and phone. Voice contact.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the band, but got the voice contact sideband. Very cool. Yeah, I heard you guys talking on the radio earlier this morning that it might be a lopsided pile. Actually, I'm considering buying an Anon 10 enhanced, the new Anon re-release of the 10 radio, and it has enough power to drive my amplifier. So I was thinking of getting that, and who needs more power when you have an amp that can get tickled with lower power? So very cool. So yeah, what band was that?
The band was 10 meters, 10 meters, and on a P891. And yeah, it looks mixed match. You can see the video later, but it looks funny as heck, I tell you right now.
Yeah, a good wind comes along, and we know what would blow away in that stack. Oh, very cool. No, that's great to hear that 10 meters is opening into Europe again in the early mornings. It had kind of disappeared for the past month and a half for early morning openings. We had basically been starting out with the U.S. and then Caribbean and South America before it swung over to Asia, and we were just missing Europe for the last month and a half or so. Excellent. Well, way to go, and we won't ask how many watts, and hopefully the wire was not fried or take out the tree.
Well, sir, you know we are using legal limits. Have to. It's the way you're supposed to. And the wire's safe. Birds don't like it, but the wire's safe.
Yep, some burned toenails on those birds. Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have a great day. Thanks for checking in this morning, Larry. And great news about 10 meters opening up into Europe from West Coast. I know people on the East Coast, it happens every day, right? But for us in the West Coast, it's a real treat when Europe opens up. You know, what that tells me is we might have a chance to be working Bouvet throughout the day on 10. That would be pretty darn awesome. Let me know if you see them. 7-3.
Bombay, yes, sir. Sir, 7-3. KO6 ISJ. Everybody have a blessed day.
All right, clearing with KO6 IHJ. Good morning, Jimmy, KA3 VGM.
Good morning, Brian. Just wanted to check in and say hello. It's cold back here in Pennsylvania today and raining, but at least it's supposed to warm back up starting tomorrow, so we can deal with one day of cold weather. I'm just glad that it doesn't stay around for 2 weeks anymore like it did. That was annoying. So I hope you're having a good day back there, and it sounds like you've been playing radio, so that's good. I don't really have access to HF here at the moment, although I'm still hoping to get some remote access at some point. But we'll see. AI6US and the group KA3 VGM. Good morning to everybody else.
Yeah, I did not realize it, but this past weekend it was the 160-meter sideband contest, and I hopped on there early Sunday morning, I think it was, trying to remember, and I was greeted by a few people calling CQ, so that was a nice treat. That was yesterday, and so they were all local, all continental U.S. stations, but it was nice to work some sideband stations on 160 over the weekend. Definitely, I hope that you can get some remote access to take advantage of these wonderful band conditions. And, the great thing about technology nowadays is, it's not always cost effective, but there are some options out there to share radios for folks who no longer have the option to put up antennas or radio systems. So I hope you can get connected up with that soon there, Jimmy. Happy Monday to you. KA3 VGM, AI6US, back to you for a final.
Yeah, I hope one day shortly to be set up with remote HF access, but we shall see. I've got several leads, but so far nothing has panned out, so I need to check on a few things here, and maybe I'll do that after the net. but we'll let everybody go and say 73s for now. You have a good day, Brian, and we'll probably talk to you tomorrow. AI6USK for BTM.
The greatest thing about remote radio now is you used to have hardware on your side, and it was a very manual process. And now with the remote software out there and so many radios starting to come out that support servers inside the radio, I think we are at a point where we're going to be able to see a lot more remote systems because they are just cooked into the software. And it's just an access rather than a complete build-your-own solution point-to-point. So I wish you well there on Jimmy. Keep us updated on what you find. Clearing with KA3VGM, I'm AI6US. This is the Coffee Break Net. Let's head on back to Denver, K4 LGI. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Brian. Everybody in the net here from Denver. I'm on Echolink. 50 degrees, nice day, a few clouds in the sky. I don't think I could be a recruiter. I might find somebody who has very good credentials and hire them and whatever, and might come back. This guy was just a crybaby and a whiner or something. I'd be caught in the middle and whatever. I don't think I'd be too good as a recruiter, but I heard Jeff checked in, and Jeff, the Vaseline thing on the feet was where the pressure points and calluses are, heels, whatever, and not the entire thing. But anyway, I mentioned that yesterday. And they do have, I think, these new phones now that Musk came out with, StarLink type phones. I don't know if you get anything downloaded on there or not, like Echolink or whatever, but you'd be able to stay in contact pretty good there. I think they're only a couple $100 or so. So that's, I don't know. Anyway, good to hear you on here, Jeff, and we'll keep it short. Thank you very much for letting me jump in here. Brian, have a nice week, everyone. K4LGI.
Yep, Jeff is training and getting all of his hardware ready for that Pacific Crest Trail hike. What a commitment, 4+ months. And we look forward to, we were talking about it just last week. Wouldn't it be neat if we could just find out when he's going to be at one of the major crossings, like as Pacific Coast Crest Trail, crosses I-80, that we just load in and be a big support group cheering him on as he crosses, one of the freeways in the area here. I think it'd be a ton of fun. So we look forward to riding along with Jeff and, keep his feet healthy and comfortable, and we look forward to it. Sam, always a pleasure. You have a wonderful week ahead, and thanks for checking in. K4LGI in Denver, Colorado, AI6US Coffee Break, 7-3. KK7AIR. Good morning, Scott.
Hey, good morning. Pretty nice. Heading to Vegas this week for the construction show. Probably won't fly because of the winds on the end of the week. They're not too favorable for a flight back home. I'll probably be taking the airliner. And, have a great one. KK7AIR.
Now that you own all these big machines to work in the forest, I did not know you were into the construction shows. So what are you heading down there for?
It only comes around every 3 years. I'm just kind of interested in seeing how they get these giant all that stuff in these buildings and checking stuff out. I am interested in a bigger chipper, 800 horsepower chipper, but it's more just to go see. Who knows? It's one of those.
Man. Wow. That is one heck of a big chipper. I think right now, I'm trying to remember, but I think your current chipper is over, as I recall, maybe nearing 30-inch circumference ability. Wow. So one other thing. What are the private aircraft fees for coming into McLaren? I've heard that, and I don't know if it's like other things in Vegas, that it gets adjusted with the event.
Oh yeah, I go over to Northfield. It just works out better. You're not messing with all the giant jets, although they get a lot of private jet traffic. They're pretty reasonable when there's not an F1 race going around. If you buy some fuel, they take off a night or two. I think it's $25 a night or something. McLaren, the last time I was there, which is a few years ago, it seems to me that the airplane parking spot was more than the hotel room.
And they didn't give you a discount if you played the tables or not. Very good. Okay, yeah, I had no idea that Northfield, that is a reasonable price. Like you said, when the F1 race is not going on, I was reading some of the prices that they were charging for landing and parking fees during some of these big events, and it was crazy big money. Well, excellent. Have a great time at the show and looking at the big boy toys.
Hey, real quick comment.
Go ahead with the comment, Frank.
Scott, you mentioned your call sign there, AIR. I had to look you up because not a lot of people have air-type call signs, but I love the Shack and the Hack.
Thank you. Yeah, that's an ex-Santa Fe I got out of Granite Bay. The previous guy used it as a bar, and I use it as a shack. So, yeah, thanks for the comment. We'll see you guys. KK AIR monitoring.
And I'll just make mention that Scott gave us a tour. So if you head on over to the Sierra Foothills Amateur Radio Club YouTube channel, you'll see that Scott gave us of his ham shack in a caboose. Pretty sweet setup. Hey, have a wonderful day, Scott. Thanks for checking in. And I'm going to keep bugging you until we go aloft and do Aeronautical Mobile on HF. Have a great day, Scott. 7-3. KJ5, Golf Whiskey November. Good morning, Will, out of Oklahoma City.
Good morning, Brian. Had some running around I had to do today. I had to go to the bank, get a couple of money orders, one of which was going to a friend of mine in Missouri. He's selling me a Kenwood TS570S HF rig. He's charging me a reasonable amount of money, so I'm going to get that and see about getting on 10 meters while the bands are hot. This is KJ5 Golf Whiskey November.
Second time today. Mark, WB6EK mentioned he has a 590 SG. So, yeah, a bit about the very popular for the accessibility. So, hey, congratulations. Second time we've talked about that race today.
Yeah, what I like about it is it's got a voice chip in it, and I'm not sure if it has an antenna tuner, but, you know, we'll work out those details later. I'm currently working with Heavy Hands on getting me some kind of an indoor antenna set up. The guy's got some ideas as to what he wants to do. And instead of 100 watts, I'm going to back that down to at least 25 or 50, just so I don't get too much radio exposure on me there. Go ahead.
always something to be very aware of when you have that antenna nearby. Well, going to allow you to have that, because I know some places very hesitant to let those in. That is great. All right, keep us updated, and I look forward to maybe catching you on HS.
Yeah, you're breaking up, Brian. This is KJ5 Gulf Whiskey November 773.
Okay, very good. Okay. Yeah, it looks like something was going on with Mountaintop. If you got Mountaintop, there's a problem. Stand by, please. NN6H, are you monitoring?
Yeah, Brian, this is NN6H. Yeah, there's a lot of timing loss, and it looks like Mountaintop is also having the same issue, timing issue.
Okay, just wanted to make sure you were aware of that. I'm going to go over and go in via the All-Star. Thank you, Tom. I'm glad you're aware of it.
Okay, Brian. Yeah, no, I'm aware of it. I've been watching it, and it's just been lots of timing issues and things going on. So yeah, there's and probably Mountaintop could use a restart.
Okay, very good. Sorry about that feedback. I forgot to turn down VFO audio. All right, thank you, Tom. I will do we'll get a restart going on Mountaintop. Let's see. KI6NKC. Good morning, Brian, out of Vacaville. Let's see how you're making it into the system. All right, it sounds like not making it into the system this morning, Brian. So yeah, we'll get Mountaintop restarted here, and then I'll put out a call for you here in just a few minutes here. So sorry about that, Brian, but if you hang around, we'll try it again in just a moment. And let's see. Let's go ahead and check in with let's see. Let's see if Mike in 1YCN, see if you can make it in at this time. This is AI6US on the Coffee Break Net.
Morning, Brian. This is Mike in 1YCN, Elko, Texas, to the west. Nonetheless, that was me earlier. I could hear Brian out in Vacaville, and he was starting to get a call sign, and it sounded like the repeater dropped. So, it's late to hear Tom, but it is my issue that you were doing a lot of Anyhow, I have really nothing to add to the coffee break this morning. I'm getting ready to go out the door. I do want to clarify one thing. When it comes to radio, who's on first and Watts is on second, and I'm sure you got that. Anyway, I'll get out of here, Brian. You have a great day. Talk to everybody else. Take care. Mike. This will be great seeing you. I'm clear.
Okay, that's pretty funny there, Mike. What's on second? Hey, have a wonderful day. Got you in, and appreciate you stopping by today. This is AI6US, and this is the Coffee Break Net. Let's see, KI6NKC. We rebooted Mountaintop. Let's see if you're coming in now. Brian, are you still there? Well, Brian, it looks like maybe from Vacaville you just don't have enough power to get in. Saw you come up momentarily with a very weak signal.
8.
But not. One more time, KI6NKC, AI6US. All right, we have Brian in the log, and W6U. Oh man, yeah, I see it's happening again. KW6U, I'm going to go over to All-Star here. Give it a try. I know you come into Rockland pretty well.
Yeah, Brian, I'm here. KW6U, just standing by.
Yeah, you're making it in just fine. Go ahead, Jeff. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Brian on the net. Yeah, I am training for the PCT, as everybody knows, and is a big topic of discussion at the moment. I was on my way home from the gym. I would check in on the drive, but I'm home now, eating breakfast and spending most of my free time now refining the things I need for the trail. Almost done with the equipment list and clothing. Now it's food. Figuring out exactly how I want to do that. I've got a few tracking methods already. And then I have to learn the Garmin.
Okay, using the Garmin for your talk or your reporting back in. Does that have a messaging service with it?
The basic service, your 50 messages a month, that increases depending on what service you want to use. But it has, I can sit there and text up a limited amount, a quarter of a paragraph, for so many messages a month.
Okay, very good. Well, we definitely want to coordinate with you, so when you cross some of these travel corridors that we can get up and be there with signs and hoot and holler and whistle, cowbells, everything else to cheer you on and maybe even give you a slice of pizza or two.
That would be really yummy at the time I cross that. I'm sure I'll need all the pizza I can get. Yeah, a lot of areas that we'll be hiking around actually have cell service. And and also as a backup, satellite service is a part of it too. So more generally with a phone. So I'll be turning my phone on as I get closer to those crossroads, and I'm sure I'll get cell service. Like coming in, for example, between behind Tahoe, in the Granite Chief area, most of that area has cell coverage.
Well, very good. Well, we'll look forward. If you have the All-Star, one of the All-Star, like TV switch or something installed, or repeater phone, whatever you use there, we'll look forward to maybe using up some valuable battery power to get you checked in. So what are you taking along? Are you taking a small roll-up solar panel for charging, or something that can sit on top of your pack, so as you hike, you still can be charging some of your devices?
I have yet to find a solar panel that's suitable. They're way too heavy. They are not reliable on the small ones. For the most part, there hasn't been one that any PCT thru hiker has been happy with. I do have, however, a 9-core carbon fiber wrapped 20,000 milliamp hour battery. 10,000 is what most people use for that use.
Well, certainly hope that they come up with something interesting. Another thing you might is I've seen these tubes with a little generator in them that you can drop in a stream. I know quite often you might be camping nearby where there might be some moving water, and I've seen, I don't know the weight or, if it's the packability factor of it, but certainly I've seen some of those things where people drop this very small device into moving water, and it provides enough to, top off a phone or something like that. Interesting, as you put together your pack for this event and coordinate all your drop-offs and everything else, we are looking forward to vicariously tracking along with you.
do more real on social. It all depends on the service you get, but I'm looking forward to posting that stuff and maybe a little message on how I'm doing. All this stinks, or it's been wonderful, or whatever. I don't know. No doubt I'll stink when I run across you guys.
There we go. Maybe we'll bring a nice, warm, portable shower along to get you rinsed up for the occasion. Anyway, hey, we're looking forward to participating at some level with you, and wish you well as you continue refining your training and your trip packaging there. So, good morning to you, Jeff. Have a wonderful week ahead, and happy Monday.
All right, Brian, thanks. I am looking forward to all this, and it's a lot of fun. It's actually fun just daydreaming about it, but I got to get to work on it as well. Thanks again. I'll talk to you later. KW6U73.
All right, Jeff, you have a wonderful day ahead. Thanks for checking in this morning. Clear with KW6U. I'm Brian, AI6US, and this has been the Coffee Break Net. Well, we're at that time of the morning where we wrap everything up and wish everyone a good day. But before we do that, we're going to take a round of For the Log. Get folks in the log who just hang around and want to be accounted for and get in that log. So Brian, AI6US, and I'm looking forward to seeing anyone who is in the greater Sacramento area would like to get together for dinner this evening. We will be having dinner 5 p.m. up at Old Town Pizza in Auburn, California. If you can make it up, please join us. And then after that, the VEs and Elmers will continue on to do our VE session tonight at the Confluence Church campus. And by the way, just got notification that we have a very, very young amateur radio candidate coming in this evening, and we are looking forward. Just got the notification, the email from the pre-registration that he will be there. So this is very exciting that we will be bringing in someone very, very young to do the testing this evening, and this will be a, it's extra special when you have an extra young operator come in to take the exam. So we will work with all candidates this evening, but a special one this evening, and that's going to be cool. Good morning, Coffee Break Net on the W6EK Repeater. Let's go ahead and wrap up the morning for some check-ins for the log only. Please spread them out, and I'll make sure everybody is in the log before we shut down. Good morning.
Whiskey Bravo 7, Uniform Kilo X-ray, log only.
Kilo Bravo 7, Delta Foxtrot Papa, KB 7 DFP, Cannon Twin Falls, Chicken Noodle Soup.
Good morning, Brian. W6GLW out here for the log only.
Kilo Mike 6, Mike for the log, please.
And 6CTC.
KQ4 SDX.
KI6TC.
K6 BSY, Kilo 6 Bravo Sierra Yankee, K6 BSY.
WU6H.
Number 6, Uniform Sir Hotel.
I'm almost afraid to try it again, Brian. Whiskey Bravo 3, Charlie, Sierra Yankee. Thank you.
What, you didn't want that ruler to come out and slap your hand there, Rick? WB3CSY, Rick, you're in the log. Thank you so much for checking in this morning. Good morning, Mike, KN6USH, you are in the log. Thanks for checking in this morning. And let's see, just reading my feverish scribble writing here. W6EK, good morning to Ryan, you are in the log. And good morning to Ed, KB6ED. Ed, you are in the log. Thanks for checking in. K6BSY, good morning to Jeff. You're in the log, sir. Have a wonderful day, Ed. KI6TC, good morning to Glenn. Glenn, you are in the log as well. Good morning to Kathy, KQ4SDX. Always a pleasure to have you drop by, Kathy. And good morning to Chris, N6CTC. Chris, you are in the log. Good morning to Mike, KM6MM. You are in the log. And good morning to Gerry, W6GLW. Good morning to Ken, KB7DFP. Enjoy your chicken noodle soup. And good morning to Dick, WB7UKX. I know there were a few doubles there. I did not catch your call. I do apologize. Who did I miss? Please spread it out.
Kilo Bravo 5, Victor Alpha Oscar. Kilo Bravo 5, Victor Alpha Oscar.
KI6LZ.
KI6LZ.
Whiskey 6 India Delta Kilo.
Okay, I am just drawing a blank on Whiskey 6 IDK. I do apologize. Chuck comes to mind, but that just doesn't sound right.
And W6EK is Jason. Haven't checked in a while. Just checking back in again. Been a minute.
All right, Jason, got you in the log. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, I recently moved the first 70,000 check-ins over to an archive. So, yeah, if you haven't been here in a short while, you're not in my log. So appreciate that, Jason. Thank you. AI6LZ. Good morning, Bert. You are in the log. Thanks for checking in. Good morning to Russ, KI6LOP. You are in the log. Have a wonderful day. And good morning to David, KB5VAO. You're in the log as well. This is going to be last call for the log. Anyone want to get in the log for the Coffee Break Net?
KO's.
Okay, I heard a beginning of a call a moment ago. I got a Kilo Oscar 6, and then your signal dropped. Come again, please. All right. One more time. There was a station beginning with Kilo Oscar 6, full call. Oh, guess we will never know. We will never know. All right, anyone else for the log? This is the Coffee Break Net, wrapping up the Monday morning edition.
KB6 SSN for the log. Sure, put me down. Whiskey 6 Hotel Sierra.
Doubling with somebody. I just doubled with somebody who was coming in there. W6 Hotel Sierra. Not sure if that's a log or a repeater. Someone coming in, W6HS, coming in.
Yeah, that was me. This is Eric over in San Jose. Just wanted to get in the log today. Whiskey 6, Hotel Sierra.
All right, very good, Eric. Got you in the log, W6HS from San Jose. Thank you for dropping by this morning. And good morning to Tom, KB6SSN. All right, anyone else for the log?
KK6OP.
Really rough signal there. Try it again, please.
Kilo 6, Oscar Bravo, Powers.
All right, KK6 OB. Good morning, Howard. Been a while, and I hope all is well with you. You are in the log. Thanks for checking in. All right, with that, I'm going to go ahead and close the Coffee Break Net for this Monday morning. And thank you for dropping by and being part of the conversation this morning. Let's see, today, of course, is March 2nd, 2026. And with that, I'll be shutting down the Coffee Break Net. Coffee Break Net, of course, is where the sun is always shining, the birds are singing, and the fish are jumping. This net is sponsored by the Sierra Foothills Amateur Radio Club. We're here every day of the week, 7:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific time. That's 1530 to 1800 UTC. Well, with that, I hope to see a lot of you this evening at Old Town Pizza in Auburn at 5 p.m. We'll be having a great social meal together, and then those of us who are VEs and Elmers will be heading over to the VE session at the Confluence Church campus at 7 p.m. We're going to have a great VE session this evening, and looking forward to all the Elmers and VEs being present. With that, have a wonderful day, everybody. I am Brian, AI6US, and I'll be returning the W6EK repeater and connected repeaters and nodes back to your regular programming and operation. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thanks for being part of the conversation this Monday morning, 7-3.
This is WP3CSY. No comment necessary, Brian, but your comment brought back memories. I'm a good Catholic boy here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Went to St. Joseph's School, and I watched a lot of nuns smack the fingers of friends of mine with a ruler. What really got me, though, is she would smack kids that were technically left-handed, smack their hands because they weren't using their right hand. So I had a comment on that interesting comment that you gave. WB3CSY.
Oh, we kind of joke about this because I think I've